Welcome creators, I'm the Hommeyosh, and this is my channel, where we inspire creativity, explore game development, and bring Unreal Engine projects to life. In today's video, we're building a simple but powerful gameplay system in Unreal Engine 5.7. I'm going to show you how to create a key pickup that your third-person character can collect, store as a variable, and then use to unlock a portal that transports a player to a new level. I'll walk you through setting up the key blueprints, using collisions to trigger the pickup, updating the boolean inside the character, and then creating a portal that checks if the player has the key before allowing them to travel. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So with that said, let's jump into the action. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add some particle systems into our project. These links will be in the description. So the first thing we're going to do is the basic VFX pack. Make sure you're logged in for this one. As you can see that I'm logged in. I'm going to view it in my library, but I'm just going to go ahead and launch it into, what is going on? View in launcher. There it goes. I don't know why I've been getting the error for some reason a lot. So I'm going to add this to my project. I'm going to click show all projects. And I got my project here that I'm starting with. I'm going to go with the 5.5 version and add the project. Next one is going to be some portals. This is where I get, as you've seen in the beginning, I had the rectangle portals. So we're going to go with these. So I'm going to go ahead and view in my launcher. So that's going to go ahead and bring it up. Now I'm going to add that to my project. Like I said, the link for both of these are going to be in the description. Let's go ahead and click show all projects. And as you can see, it hasn't been updated for the 5.7. So it has been updated for 5.6. We're going to use that one. I'm going to add it to the project. Oh, as you can see, it says installed complete. And here are the portals, and here are the basic VFX. We're not going to use those right now. The first thing I want to do is do a couple changes inside the third person. Well, add a variable in one change, actually. So let's go to our third person character that we've been using throughout the series. Let me go ahead and open him up. Okay, now that I got him opened up, over here to the versus event graph, my blueprints, all the way down here, the variables, their component. You want to go ahead and add a new variable. We're going to keep it a boolean, and we'll just call it key. We'll call it just key1. Okay, so that seems good. I like to open up the little eyeballs here, and we're going to compile this. And as you can see over here in the details, it has that it is false. So we're going to keep it false for now. Now up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call on an event. I'm going to call on event possessed. And we're not going to add this in right now. We're just going to keep it right there. But later on, after we're done working with some other components, we're going to go ahead and add these in to the object. And we're going to add both event began play and the event possessed into the HasKey controller. This is the input mapping. So I'll explain this later. So we're just going to go ahead and compile that. And now we're going to go ahead and create our portal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the content over here, and you just go back to content here. And I have a folder named blueprints that we were going to keep. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a new folder and call a subfolder and call this portal. And inside the subfolder, we're going to go ahead and right click and go to blueprint class. We want to make an actor class. Okay, so we want to call this portal. I want to call it for which portal. Let me go back. The portal you want to make sure that you have a different portal type. Oops, messed it up. This is going to be for portal L2. So this is going to transport the player to level 2. Okay, so we're inside this portal. I want to go ahead and add some components. My first component is going to be a particle. We're just going to type in particles, and as you can see, you have the Cascade Nigeria particles popping up. So what we want is the Nigeria particles, and that's added in. And then we want to go and add in, you scroll down here. Well, the easiest way is go to our content drawer for the particles, the portals particles that we just imported in. We go in there and we're going to go under rectangles. Now you can also, if you go back to portals, you can also use the rounded ones. But for this tutorial, we're just going to use the rectangle ones. And you got earth, fire. Right now, we're just going to use the lightning portal, and I'm just going to cover over it. I'll make sure that's selected, and we're just going to come here to this arrow here. We're going to select that, and that's the way to find our portal here. Now it needs to be adjusted a little bit. So with this selected, I'm going to go ahead and press E and then move this about 90. Okay, as you can see, there it is. Okay, next thing we need to come over here to the components, and we want to add a collision. So just type in collision and you're going to get a box collision. We want to use that. So all we want to do is, with the box collision selected, we're going to go ahead and press R, and we're just going to go ahead and scale this. So let's just scale this down so it's about as thin as possible. There we go. All right, so when the player walks through, let me just make this a little bigger here. So when the player walks through, he makes a collision, but we don't have any logic to do anything. So back over here in the details panel, I'm going to scroll all the way down, and you're going to find on component begin overlap. You just go ahead and click that. Now, what we want to do is we want to take the player that we're using, the third person character player, and we want to cast to that. So we're just going to go cast to our third, and it should pop up. You should see it, cast a third person character. All right, so this is the character we're using. You can use this to get the key that we made, the variable, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get we're going to get key 1, key L1. I thought we called it key 1. Let me check that. Go back here. Let me change that. It's very important to make sure you have your spelling corrected. Okay, so you see it changed in here. So what we want to do is we want to create a branch. So in this branch, now if you want to do some testing real quick to make sure this is working, you can go to print stream, and you want to go ahead and say open or something like that. So now we can go ahead and test this out. Let's go ahead and drop that into this scene. Okay, it's under our blueprints, under our portals, and there is our portal right here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and hit play. And we go through the portal, and as you can see, it said open. So it is working. The collision is working just fine. Okay, so let's go back into the portal and let's finish the logic. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. You know it's working. Cast into the player. Now, if you didn't get open, you would have something wrong, and you probably need to check maybe you did some spelling here wrong. So, the next I want next I want to do is I want to add, and you can add some sound if you want. It's not like really important for now, but yeah, we're going to put in for true. We're going to play sound. We're looking for, oh, let's separate that. Let's play sound at location. So we can just find some sound. I got some sounds I'm going to download later, so I'm just going to leave that blank for now. And false, we want to print string. Something like find key. Okay, so if this is okay, so when the player goes through, if he has the key is the condition. If that is true, it's going to play the sound. If not, it's going to, you're going to get a print string saying find key. So what I want to do is the delay. 0.2 would be fine. And we're just going to open level by reference. Level by reference. Now we have not made the level yet, so that's fine. I'm going to compile this. We're going to go into our display, our map here, and I'm going to go to my file. And make sure you can't go into your file. If I'm on these blueprints and I hit file, you're not going to find the same thing. You have to make sure you go back to the level 1. So you can just hit level 1, you go into your files, and what you want to do is you want to make a new level. Now it's just a basic level. Go ahead and create, make sure that you have everything selected. And okay, while we're in this level, we want to just go ahead and hit file, save level as, save current level as, there we go. And we're just going to call this level 2. And there it is, that level is saved. So now that we're going to go back into our portal and we are going to find that level 2 that we just made. Okay, there's our level 2. All right, so I'm going to compile this. Our portal is complete. If you do not have a key, it's going to tell you to find key. Now, the only way this is going, say it's still marked false. The only way this is going to change is we got to change it. So let's go ahead and we are going to go back into our content. We're going to go back into the blueprints and we are going to make a key. So I'm going to just go to my blueprints here and make an actor. And we're just going to call this key P1. This is just going to be our main key for now. I think I should have called this key L1. We're going to change this and we're just going to call this key pickup. So I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, let me go and change that right in here. I'm gonna hit F2. This should be key pickup. There we go. That's changed. Compile. No big deal. Okay, so we got key 1 here. So we're just gonna make this a sphere. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna add a sphere. We're just going to make this orange, and I'm going to put a rotating movement. It will rotate, and you can add a light if you want. Let me just go put a light in there. Just a point light would be fine. Change it to like a little pinkish or whatever. That'll be good. And you can change the intensity a little bit. You can have it up a little bit, change the radius so it only affects a little bit around it, not forever. Okay, so now we got the key made. So we can go ahead and put that into the scene, but we need to give it some logic and we need to give it a collision. So we're going to do a collision sphere. And we're going to make the collision a little bit bigger. Let's just do it as 2. All right, a little bit bigger than the sphere itself. Okay, so that's great. So now we want to do same thing as we did before. We're going to the on component begin overlap, and we're going to cast to the same character. Cast to third person character. F2 third person character. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we've got to make sure the object is on other actor. That's selected. Okay, so we want to call on that. We want to just set key, our pickup, set pickup, or key pickup. Yes, set key pickup. There it is right there. And we just want to set this to true. I get to there. Now we can go ahead and put destroy actor and be done with it. But what I like to do is I just like to select the collision enabled and set visibility. And so you can call, if you destroy actor, you destroy it. That's it. But if you go ahead and just set the collision and set the visibility, you can call on it later on. Like if you want it to reappear, I hit a delay for like 10 seconds and then reappear. That's the best way to do it. And that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the sphere. I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to get the point light. I'm going to bring that in. And I'm going to get the collision sphere. Oh wait, did I hit right? Yeah, sphere 1, which should be called a different name, but yeah, we're getting those 3. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to call on enable collision. Okay, so yeah, get collision enabled. I had it backwards. So we're going to go ahead and hit control D. Okay, so, and we're going to attach this one to here and the point light to here. I'm sorry, the point light doesn't have any collision on it. That's right, I got that wrong. So we only need 2 collisions. Okay, so the point light, we're going to set visibility to. All right, so yeah. All right, so it says no collision already, so we don't have to go ahead and change it. If you wanted this to reappear, you would go ahead and hit what you want, physics, Corey, collision, no collision. It gives you different options which you want to set it to. All right, so the next thing we want to do is set the visibility. So we're going to go and set visibility. What, am I spelling that wrong? Set visibility, I am. And I'm just going to go ahead and control D so I can get 2 of these. Actually, we need 3. The other one for the light. Control D. Oops. Control D. All right, so we're going to set the point light is going to be set is a target. And the next one is going to be the sphere. Oops, what happened? Why is this not supposed to go? Set visibility set. Oh, okay, that's it. Yeah, there we go. So they each have 2. They're going to the collision and they're going to the set visibility. And you will not want no visibility. So all these should be not checked. So they're all false. False, 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 false. And that's how we want it. So when the player collects it, it's going to go ahead and set that the key pickup is true. So that variable is going to be true. And when he gets that, you'll be able to go into the portal. So let me go ahead and make sure everything's lighted and safe. And we're going to go into the scene. Oh, I'm sorry. We need to go back to level 1. So let me go to open level 1, open, save selected. That's all we have done. Okay, so we're going to go to our players right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to the key and we're going to go ahead and drop this in right before the portal. So we can hit play. And as you can see, if we'll just go up to the portal, it's going to tell us just to find a key. As you can see, it did tell us to find a key. So we go ahead and pick up the key. And now our portal should transport us to the new level that we created. Okay, now there is a problem. As you can see, when he just starts, we hit play again, he just appears. So what we're going to do, we're going to fix that. We're going to make it look like when he comes, he's just came out of the portal. So let me go ahead and we're going to stop this. and we're going to go into the game mode and we're going to change something. Now, if you go over here to your world settings under the outliner, you're going to find the game mode. And what you want to do is you want to switch that game mode to the VP third person game mode. Make sure that is selected. But under default pawn, select none. We are going to control how the pawn is being set by code or by blueprints. So now that's selected. We are going to find our blueprint, our game mode blueprint, and that would be under the third person folder under blueprints, and you'll find your BP third person game mode. So we're going to go ahead and select that, and we are going to open full blueprint editor. So here we go. We are in the event graph. Make sure you're in the event graph. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is call for an event begin play. Event begin play. There it is. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to get a actor of class. So get actor of class. There we go. And the class that I want is the starting position. The start. Player start is what we're calling on. So wherever you put the player start, this is where I want the player to appear, just like it was before we changed it to none. And so we want to spawn a system at location as well. So let's put that in spawn system at location. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we spawn our system at location. And let's find the system that we want. So we go ahead and go back into our content folders here, and the basic VFX, we're going to go into that. And we're going to go under this folder here, the Nitro folder. And I like the basic 7. I'm just going to go with that. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that's highlighted there. And back into our event graph here, you'll see there's another button with a little arrow. We'll just go ahead and select that, and that gives us our system. Okay, so we also need to come off of the actor of class, and we need to get a get actor transform. This is going to get our location. Get actor transform. There it is, actor transform. And what we want to do is we want to split the structure pin here. Okay, so now we want to do this. As you can see, these are already split. We want to get the location and we want to get the rotation. Okay, so now we got that. I'll make sure that I compile and save. I'm going to come off of here and I'm going to get a play sound at that location. I haven't downloaded the sounds yet, but I'll give you a link in the description, and I'll show you what's the best sounds to find. I usually find them in Pixabay, and I will give you those links in the description so you can put your own sounds in. You have to go ahead and make sure that they're wave sounds. You can't put the MP3 in there. So I have a video, you can go ahead and check that out, how to go ahead and get those sounds to waveform. You can do it all free with Audacity, and you go ahead and edit it, export it, and wave sound. Very easy. So if you just want to go ahead and watch that video, and then you can find out how to make wave sounds. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to play sound at location. All right, so next I need to go ahead and get my actor now, because we don't have an actor. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spawn my actor. Spawn actor from class is what we're looking for. Now, right here is what we're gonna call on is the third person character that we have been using, that we have our code on. So that's what we're calling on, is the third person character. Now under spawn transform here, this is going to be like the location, rotation, and scale. We're going to go ahead and split that structure print, and we're going to call off of these here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little branch node here, and we're going to go ahead and just pull these down. And we're just going to go ahead and branch off of them. So here's our spawn from location. Let's put another node to clean it up a little bit. And let's get our rotation. Put that in a rotation, put another node in. That just cleans it up a little bit. All right, so there we go. So everything's going to the same thing. We got our spawn emitters going to the same location, having the same rotation as our spawn actor. Okay, so the next thing you'll notice if you go ahead and hit play, you have no control over the character you just spawned. That's why we got to go ahead and make sure that we have a possess. First thing we want to do is we want to get player controller. Okay, so we're going to get the player controller and then we're going to get the possess. Okay, so we're going to add the possess for the player controller, and the return value for the third person is going to be the pawn. So our target is the player controller. As you can see, the player controller is the 0. That's like number 1, first one we're using. So next thing you want to do is you want to set the act. This is automatically going to spawn the actor in. We want to set the actor hidden in game. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to set actor hidden. There it is. But the actor that we want to have hidden in game, I think that's because I didn't scroll off of here, is the spawn third person actor. We want to set that to be hidden in the game. So next we want to have a delay. So I'm going to make sure I have clean this up a little bit with a return node. Let's put 2 of them to make it look a little decent. Okay, so the next I want to do is I want to put a delay. And I think about 2.8. If you change this all to the particle system that you're using, like at the beginning here, we have the particle system. We want to have delays to make sure that plays for a little bit before we go ahead and bring our actor in. So now that what we want to do is set actor hidden in game. We want to go, this is to IDAC, so this will be true. And we want to do is we want to hit Control D to duplicate, and we want to make this false, so the actor is not hidden in the game. So now after 2.8 seconds, the actor is going to appear. So we go ahead and compile that, make sure we have it saved. Now I want to go back into the third person character. Now remember I was talking about the possess, so we got to make sure this is going to work. So we're going to go ahead and add the possessed event inside of the controller, cast to the player controller, and then we're going to go ahead and change the object from the get controller to the possessed, and we're going to go ahead and compile that. Okay, there's one thing I forgot to do is after we hide the actor in the game, back into the game mode, we're going to go ahead and connect that, so that's the target, so it can make it reappear. So this is going to be true, he's hidden in the game, and then after the delay for 2.8, he's no longer hidden in the game, he appears. So we go ahead and compile that, and let's hit play and test it out. All right, it looks like it's working. But the problem is, as you can see, our particle still keeps playing. So let's go ahead and change that. So we're going to go back into the particles that we selected. Let's go ahead and select those on the first particle. And what we want to do is we want to start with all of these. We want to go ahead and start with the first one and go over the details panel, and you want to hit the loop. And down here, you want to change the loop behavior from infinite to once. Now you want to do that with all of them. You already have the loops typed in. You just go down here to the behavior and hit once. And let's just go ahead and make sure you have them all checked once. Make sure that's all of them. And just go ahead and hit save. And let's go ahead and check that out. Actor appears, and it no longer loops anymore. Now, one thing I noticed is that it's a little bit long, so we're going to go ahead and reset the delay Oops, we're on the wrong one. In the game mode, we're going to go back to, we're going to make the delay, I'm just going to make it 3 seconds. We're going to go and compile that, make it a little bit longer. Maybe 3 seconds is too long. Let's try 3.5, or too short. Compile, and let's go ahead and play. And nope, it's 3.5, almost there. Let's do a 3.2. And just go ahead and mess around with this. See how you want it. Wait for him to appear. And there it is. Maybe let's just do a 3.1, or we'll just stick with 3.1. I'm not gonna keep messing with this. My last time messing with it. That should be good enough. And you can just go ahead inside, you can go ahead and mess with the player start and just go ahead and bring down your player start. That's this bad size in there. Just make sure, yeah, you just put your player start where you need it. There it is right there. It's right in the middle. That's pretty good. Now there's one more thing that I'm going to show you is when you're in the level 2 that we created. So we're going to go into open levels, or yeah, the level 2 that we created. Save selected, make sure everything's saved. We are going to make a new, well, we're going to go ahead and copy the portal right here for the level 2. Hit Control D, but we're going to call this for level 1. So the only thing we're going to do is this. We're going to go in here and we are just going to change the level from level 2, pull up a little bit to back to level 1. We're going to compile that and save. And now we can go ahead and bring that into the game. Let me go into my blueprints here, into the portals. Now we can change, actually another thing we can do. I'm going to go back out to the portals. And I want to go into the rectangles, and let's try the fire one. We're going to go ahead and select that, and we're going to go into portal level 1, and we are going to change, let's go into the viewport, and to make sure that we have our system selected, and we can just go ahead and change that from lightning into fire. We just go ahead and compile that, go back into the level. Let's go ahead and drag that in. We go back into our blueprints, we go into our portal folder that we made, and we just go ahead and bring in our portal. But they can't go through the portal because they don't have a key. We haven't changed the key yet, so it's still the same key. If you want, you can do that. You can make different keys for different portals. You just go back into the third person character, or you make key 1, key 2, key 3 as in a boolean. You make sure they're all false, and then you just change that into each portal. So we're going to go back into the blueprints, and we're going to just bring our key in here. And you just duplicate this key, and you just change the name and change the variable type that it calls, or the boolean, that it calls on. And we can go ahead and hit play. And we can go ahead and pick up our key, and we can walk through our portal, and it takes us to level 2. So you can make a game out of this where you find all the keys to go through the portals, to get through the different levels, and you can go ahead and make this a platformer, a third person, however you want to do it, where you just find the different game. Make sure like it's like really high, you got to jump on all these platforms. Get your key to get through the portals. You can add different sounds. Now, before we go, I'm actually going to go ahead and show you where the best sounds that I found so far on Pixabay. Okay, so the link will be for this in the description. You just go ahead into Pixabay. You want to go into sound effects. First thing you want to do, and then just type in the portal opening here, and it'll take you to a bunch of different portal sounds. The best ones I found are these ones right here with the little dragon logo on them. Now you can go ahead and download these, put them into the editor, and just go and export them into a WAV file. or you can look for some other way to download them as a WAV file. I haven't found that how to do that yet, but the best way I found is just go ahead and bring them into Audacity, go ahead and export them as a WAV sound. But I guess you can go ahead and test these out, and you can just go through and preview which portal you like. I have 3 about these that I've used in my other games. I enjoy them, they're all great. If you can find any better sounds, go ahead and leave the links in the comments below. And that's going to wrap it up for this video. In this tutorial, we built a key and portal system. This is a great foundation that you can expand on for doors, level transitions, and objective-based gameplay in your own projects. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really helps the channel. Stay inspired, keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.